So hi guys, welcome back to my channel and I am back again with another video which is part of my Python basic series, and the topic of this video is Python NumPy. So guys, we are going to start with a series of videos which are going to be related to Python NumPy. We will basically go into the detail and see what all operations we can perform with this and what all applications can be there for Python NumPy. So guys, if you are interested in this type of content, then please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for further notifications. Apart from the Python basic series, we are also doing a lot of fun and interesting projects in my channel, and I will highly recommend you to go and watch those videos as well. So guys, without wasting any time, let's get started. And first we will see a little bit of introduction about Python NumPy. So guys, Python NumPy is obviously a Python library which is basically being used for working with arrays. Okay. So guys, as you know that Python has a lot of collections. We have sets, we have tuples, we have dictionaries, we have lists. But if you talk about arrays, then generally Python lists are used as arrays in Python. Now, in case of NumPy, we also create an array that can be used in place of the Python list to provide us much more efficient and time efficient and memory efficient results. And if we see about Python NumPy, it is not just a replacement of Python list. It can be used for various other operations in the field of mathematics. So whenever we are talking about mathematical operations, complex operations like Fourier transform, matrix multiplication, linear algebra, at that point of time, NumPy provides a much more efficient way of doing those operations. If we talk about the history of NumPy, then NumPy was created in 2005 by Travis Oliphant, and it is an open source project, and that is why if you want to contribute to it, you can. If you want to use it freely, there is no restriction to it. NumPy is actually a short form for numerical Python, and I think that is pretty much given from the name, and why I think that is also the reason why NumPy is mostly used in the field of data science and data analytics, because it involves a lot of numerical operations. So the last point in the introduction is the array object in NumPy. So as we know that NumPy is a library, so obviously this library has some classes, some objects, and in case of NumPy, the object which we create, which is an array object, is of the data type nd array. So whenever you will create a NumPy object and you try to find out the type of it, it will print as nd array. So guys, that was about the introduction. Now we will go into a detail and try to understand why NumPy is better than Python list specifically, because both of them are providing us array-like functionality. The thing why NumPy is better is that it is much more faster and much more efficient than Python list. And why it is faster is because if we say a Python ND array, and if we take a Python list, and if we make both of the objects do the same operation, we find that Python NumPy array actually does that operation 50 times more faster than the Python list. And not only Python NumPy is time efficient, it is also memory efficient as well. It uses a much less amount of memory to store the data. NumPy arrays are actually stored at a continuous place in the memory. So if we talk about Python list memory storage, Python lists are like a linked list. If you have studied about the linked list, then linked lists are the elements which are not stored together continuously in the memory. All the elements are stored separately from each other, and they are only linked by the reference pointers. And that is how we will see the Python list. But if we talk about Python NumPy array, those arrays are stored together continuously at one place. And that is why the processes to access and manipulate them are very efficient and very fast. This behavior is also called as the locality of reference in the field of computer science. And actually, this is the main reason that NumPy is so much fast. Also, with our latest CPU architectures, so we are getting a lot of new CPU architectures right now on the market, and NumPy is very well suited for those architectures. So guys, that is why NumPy is much better than Python list in all the ways, and specifically in the field of mathematical operations, because there they actually outperform any Python collection. So here is a list of why we see NumPy arrays the best solution for performing mathematical operations. The first point here mentioned is that NumPy arrays are created as an homogeneous array. So the thing is that in a Python list, Python lists are heterogeneous, which means they can store any type of element. Now NumPy array are homogeneous array. That means that one array can only contain one type of element. Now if you think about mathematical operations like multiplication, division, or any other mathematical operation, if you do not know what is the data type of elements stored inside a collection, then your collection will never be able to perform mathematical functions. Okay, and that's the reason that Python list does not have any mathematical function like multiply or divide, in which they can just pass any argument and we can manipulate the list or the collection. However, in the case of NumPy array, because we know that the NumPy array is an homogeneous array, so it is going to contain only one type of element, and that is why it contains some mathematical functions in itself, which we can use to actually multiply the element, divide the elements, or manipulate them in any mathematical sort of way. And that is one of the prominent reason why they are preferred for mathematical operations. Another thing is that if we talk about multi-dimensional matrix, for example, if you have done work with matrix in the past in your school days, then we used to have some operations like matrix multiplication, matrix division, transpose, and all these operations, if you remember, they used to involve some complex calculations. But in case of NumPy, it is as easy as multiplying two numbers, or as you multiply two numbers. For example, if I multiply 1 into 2, then it is as simple as multiplying one matrix into another matrix. So that is why NumPy are really great with the data analytics, because if you have worked in data analytics, then you know that a lot of calculations involving the cost functions or the linear algebra equations, they actually involve matrix multiplications. So NumPy makes them very easy. Another thing is that whenever we are storing the elements in the NumPy, so as we already know that NumPy provides a very efficient memory for storing the elements, and it provides a very less space as well. It stores the elements in a lesser space as well. I will give you one example. So for example, NumPy by default assumes that if you are storing integers in a NumPy array, and by default every integer is given 8 bytes to store that integer value. But that 8 bytes is going to be storing a very large integer number. So you can store a very large integer number in that particular space. But if you specify while creating a NumPy array that I am going to store an integer only from 0 value to 255 value, so only from 0 to 255, in that case my NumPy will understand that okay, this person is trying to store a value from 0 to 255, which will not take more than 1 byte to store that value, and hence NumPy will in that case not allocate 8 bytes to every integer, but it will only allocate 1 byte to every integer. So guys, this is how NumPy saves a lot of memory space as well. And the last point here is NumPy provides multiple functions to find an element in an array or to check if an array contains an element or not. So basically, I would say storing elements is quite efficient. Searching elements is very efficient, accessing elements is very efficient, and the mathematical operations are really fast. And these all are the advantages of working with NumPy arrays. So guys, if you want to start working with NumPy, you definitely have to install it in your system. So if you have Anaconda prompt, so for example, I have Anaconda prompt with me like this, you can just go inside this and you can write pip install NumPy. Okay, so just write here pip install NumPy. So I already have NumPy installed in my system, so definitely I do not need to install it, and I got this message that requirement is already satisfied. But in your case, once you install it, then it is ready to use. So if you want to use NumPy, then there is this sample code that I have just given for your reference. We will now execute that code in our browser and see if this works. So first of all, you have to import NumPy. Okay, so the first line is here is import NumPy as NP. And as I told you in my previous videos that how you can import libraries and you can give aliases to them. So NP is an alias for NumPy. And the next thing is we are trying to create a NumPy array. So the NumPy array can be created with a function called as np.array, and you can see that all the elements in this array are of same type. And now we will simply print this array. And the last thing is, if you want to find out the version of your NumPy, you can just write np.__version and you will be able to find the version of the NumPy array. If I also try to print the type of my NumPy array here, just print so you can see here in my presentation also I told you that NumPy creates an array of object type ND array. So here my objective is printed ND array. So guys, I hope this was clear to you and you preferably understood something about NumPy array, why they are important, what are the advantages, and why they are so heavily used in the market. So guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want me to create further such content, then please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for further notifications. Until then, stay home, stay safe. Thank you so much everyone, and bye bye.